A lion only needs one clean angle. A gorilla only needs one clean grab. The internet argues about strength all day, but strength doesn't matter if the target never stays in reach. So here's the real fight. Can the gorilla land the hit before the lion lands the damage? Start with the simplest truth. These two animals fight in different styles. A lion is a predator built for fast, violent moments. It crouches low, it explodes forward in a short burst. It attacks with claws and teeth, and it targets the parts that end a fight fast. The neck, the face, the throat. A gorilla is built for control at close range. It has long arms, thick muscle, and a grip that can lock like a clamp. When gorillas fight other gorillas, a lot of it is display, but when contact happens, it can be rough. They bite, they wrestle, they push and pull with huge leverage. So on paper, the gorilla sounds like the power winner. But fights don't happen on paper. They happen in space. And space is where lions live. A lion doesn't need to stand in front of strength. A lion needs to create one clean angle and make the first cut. Now, a quick reality check on numbers. Exact PSI and punch force claims online swing wildly. What matters more is not a single number. It's the tool set. Lion tools, claws that cut, teeth that puncture, and a kill method that targets breathing. Gorilla tools, hands that grab, arms that pull, and jaws that can deliver deep bites. Here's the key difference that shapes everything. Range. A gorilla wins when it can touch and hold. A lion wins when it can touch and leave marks without getting held. Picture the start. The gorilla stands tall. It wants the lion in front of it. It wants a straight problem. The lion drops low. It wants the gorilla to turn. It wants the side. It wants the back. It wants a moving target. So the first minutes of this fight aren't lion versus gorilla. They are distance versus contact. And that leads to the main mystery of the video. If the gorilla is stronger at close range, how does it ever get close enough to use it? Because the lion won't stand still and box. It will circle, test, and cut. So the real question becomes, what does a gorilla need to do to force contact? This is the hit problem in one line. The gorilla must grab first. Not hit once, not be stronger. Grab. Control. Break the lion's ability to move. And that is hard because a lion is not a stationary target. It attacks like a knife with legs. It cuts, it exits, it resets. So what does the gorilla try? Move 1. The straight rush. The most natural gorilla move is a forward charge. Close distance, fast, force contact. But a lion expects forward pressure. A lion lives for it. The lion doesn't need to meet it head on. It can step offline, like dodging a speeding object, then slash the side as it passes. The gorilla surges forward. Dust pops under its feet. The lion dips right, slips left, and the gorilla has to turn its whole body to keep the lion in view. That turn costs time. That turn opens angles. Move 2. The corner. So the gorilla's smarter plan is to remove space. Back the lion toward something, a tree, a rock, a wall, anything that limits the circle. Because if the lion can circle forever, the gorilla spins forever, and spinning is tiring. But in a neutral arena, there may be nothing to corner the lion with. That's why a lion likes open ground. It turns the world into a track. Move 3. The fake grab. A gorilla can also fake a grab to make the lion jump back, then step in on the landing. It's like forcing a rhythm. But lions read body language for a living. They read buffalo shifts and zebra turns. They don't panic at fakes. They test distance and wait for a real mistake. And the gorilla's biggest danger here is this: the lion's touch is damaging even when it misses. A glancing claw swipe can still open skin, not instantly fatal, but it changes the fight. It adds pain. It adds blood. It adds fear. And fear changes how a gorilla moves. Because gorillas are tough, but they do not spend their lives getting sliced by claws. That is a different kind of damage than a shove or a bite. So the gorilla faces a brutal trade. Swing wide to catch the lion? That exposes arms and sides to cuts. Keep arms tight to protect? That reduces reach and makes grabbing harder. Now the big payoff reveal of this section. The gorilla doesn't need to punch. It needs to touch once and keep touching. A single moment of hand-on fur can become control if the gorilla clamps and pulls. But getting that first hand-on body is the whole mountain. So is it possible at all? Yes, but it needs one of three openings. The lion commits too deep on an attack. The lion slips or gets trapped against terrain. The gorilla pre-reads the angle and meets the lion mid-entry. And that takes us to the movie moment everyone imagines. The lion jumps in and the gorilla catches it. But what happens next is where the fight truly decides itself. Because if the gorilla catches the lion, it still must survive the lion's worst weapon at point-blank range. The lion's face, the claws, the bite. Even if the gorilla lands the grab, can it hold without getting shredded? This is the moment the whole video has been chasing. The lion commits. It closes distance fast, trying to land a slash and get out, or trying to jump high and reach the neck zone. In that instant, the lion's body is close enough for the gorilla to do the one thing it needs: wrap and clamp. The gorilla's arm shoots out like a gate closing. Fingers catch fur at the shoulder or chest. The gorilla pulls in, trying to bring the lion into the chest, where the gorilla's strength matters most. For a split second, it looks like gorilla wins, because now the lion can't freely circle. But this is also the lion's best range. The claws can rake without needing a long run-up. The bite can land fast. And a lion can fight in a messy clinch better than most people think. Male lions brawl with other lions. They take hits. They keep biting. So the contact phase becomes a race inside a race. The gorilla tries to lock the lion's shoulders and stop the head. The lion tries to keep the head free long enough to bite and keep clawing. If the gorilla gets true control, hands on shoulders, lion head pinned, body weight pressing down, then the lion's options shrink fast. The gorilla can slam, crush, and keep pressure. But if the lion keeps its head free, even a little, the lion can target soft spots and make the gorilla loosen grip. And here's the scary part. To hold a lion, the gorilla must hold close. That means the gorilla must accept claw contact somewhere. So what decides it? The control point. The head. If the gorilla can control the lion's head, push it away, pin it, keep teeth off, then the gorilla's strength finally becomes usable. If the gorilla can't, lion's bite becomes the fight's shortcut. The balance point. Under the lion. A lion wants leverage too. Lions try to get to the side or back. They want to avoid being squared up in front of a full-strength grappler. So if the gorilla grabs but stays upright, the lion can twist offline. If the gorilla drops weight and keeps the lion beneath, the lion has less room. The gorilla drops its center of mass, like sitting into the hold. The lion kicks and claws, trying to create space. Dust rises. The moment is loud, violent, and fast. Now, does the gorilla ever land the hit in a way that likely wins? It can, if the lion makes one big mistake, committing the leap too deep and letting the gorilla catch the body clean. But a prime lion often does not leap blindly. It tests, it feints, it cuts and exits. So here's the honest outcome most of the time. On open ground, the gorilla struggles to force contact. The lion lands more touches first, small cuts that add up. The gorilla gets
more desperate, swings wider, and that creates more openings.
The gorilla's win is not impossible. It's just a narrow path. One clean grab early with head control. And that's the answer to the question. Yes, a gorilla can land the hit, but it needs the lion to give it a chance. And lions do not like giving chances. So instead of lion wins 100% or gorilla snaps lion, the real story is this. The fight is decided before the big moment. It's decided in the footwork, the angle, the space, and the first mistake. And that leads to the peak insight. Here's the truth that ends the argument in a smarter way. This matchup isn't strength versus claws. It's control versus access. The gorilla can win if it lands a real grab and controls the lion's head. That's the door. Without that, strength stays trapped inside the body. The lion can win if it keeps space, lands cuts that force the gorilla to open up, then finds the neck angle for a kill bite. So the question, who is stronger, is the wrong question. The real question is, who gets their win condition first? Because in a fight like this, the first clean control often decides the last second. So can the gorilla land the hit? Yes, if it forces contact early and controls the head. But that window is small because the lion lives in angles and quick damage. In most clean, open setups, the lion's movement makes first grab hard. The gorilla's power is real. The lion's access is the problem. If you liked how this fight came down to timing and control, watch the last video. Serengeti Food Theft League. Who eats? Did you catch the rule that the hunter who kills is not always the one who eats? Click here to watch it.